What's happening, everybody? The Poets here. Let's talk about the AMD Ryzen 9 7950X 3D, the newest processor by AMD that just came out with some interesting gaming performance. So first off, this thing actually has 3 chiplets. So a big I/O die in the bottom, 2 CCDs up top, and the left-hand side CCD actually has an added layer of cache, or their 3D Vcash, making this 128 megs of L3 cache, which is really, really nice. Now, there are some complications because of this. The Vcash CCD runs slower. Basically, games use only the Vcash CCD. Multi-threaded workloads will use both CCDs. So you should install the new chipset software, the AMD PPM and the AMD Performance Optimizer, specifically for X3D, and update your BIOS as well. Some production workloads need the chipset driver update for enhanced performance too, so don't skimp on the driver updates. You also have to run Windows in balance mode and Xbox Game Bar, or else Windows won't be able to basically dummy allocate games to the 3D Vcash CCD. So basically it's like kind of parking the non-3D Vcash CCD, kind of similar in the back in the day when we have to basically put AMD high thread count CPUs into a game mode, but now it's just kind of doing it in the background, but you have to have all this software and driver updates installed. The thermal targets have also changed. So 95C was the target for the temperature for the 7950X, while the 7950X 3D now has a target of 89 degrees Celsius due to the 3D Vcash because it has to run cooler. There are some benefits and some negatives to this 3D Vcash. So games like CCS or CSGO just really don't see any added benefit. However, like Cyberpunk 2077 sees almost a 20% boost in performance. So that's notable, definitely. So this is gonna be very game specific. Some games, the 7950X 3D is way on top of the charts, while in other games, the 13900K greatly outperforms it, and it's doing it at like $200 less. And even the 13700K for $350 less outperforms it as well in some games. So you need to kind of do your research to understand what games you play and what processor is going to be best for that. The 16-core, 32-thread 7950X 3D is now one of the most power-efficient modern generation CPUs out, and is now pulling similar wattage to the Intel i5 13600K with only 6 P cores and 8 E cores, so that's 20 threads altogether for that processor. And you can pick that one up for 250 bucks. And that's giving like really competitive performance in gaming. The TDP has also dropped, and I kind of mentioned this before in other videos, but the 7950X 3D is now down to 120 watts from the 7950X's 170 watts. And that's due to efficiency, obviously, but also because that 3D Vcash needs to run at a cooler temperature. In general, for workloads, the 7950X 3D performance is slightly worse than the 7950X, while the 13900K, the 7950X, and the 7950X 3D, they all kind of trade blows depending on the exact workloads. Gamers, you may want to really go with the 7800X 3D. That does come in April. The currently hard to find 5800X 3D, or the easy recommendation is obviously a 13600K. The 7950X 3D brings no real world, workload improvements. So it's mainly for professionals who want improvements in their gaming performance, but they should also consider the 13900K depending on their type of workloads. So that's about it. Let me know in the comment section if you have additional questions on the 7950X 3D. The 7900X 3D should be very interesting as well. And of course, that 7800X 3D should be a banger because it doesn't have to deal with the whole multiple CCD things. It just has that one CCD with the 3D Vcash on it, and of course the I/O chiplet as well. So other than that, I'll see you next time. Peace.